guys, and welcome to this episode of American Redneck. This is going to be the first part of a multi-series of restoring this 1967 Starcraft aluminum boat, 18-footer. If you've seen the video before this, I've gone over when I first got it, everything that it needs, well, a bunch of things. So, I actually just went out to a bunch of yard sales, didn't find nothing. I did pick up a stripper though. Yeah. So the stripper's going to help me with the boat today. Well, here she is right here. I don't know anything about it, so I can't endorse it or say yes or no or anything like that. So, ready strip made by Advanced? I don't know. We'll give it a whirl. So they have different ones. They had spray on, and it's almost like a foam out of a can. I don't know. I didn't want to try that. Then they have stuff like this, but it's a paint stripper. I saw it in another Walmart where it was paint stripper and it came in a spray can. The Walmart that I just went to locally, it didn't have the spray can on it, so I didn't get that one. And I was told that this stuff here is pretty good. You just brush it on with a brush and leave it on. And it says it begins working in 60 minutes. Well, I want to start working now. I don't want to work. But this here, I don't know. I think it's almost a consistency of a jelly or something. I don't know. We'll give it a whirl anyway. But before we start stripping it, we have to strip it. Which means take off all the little pitons and the little everything. Windshield. Take everything right off in it. Then we're going to scrape it. And then put that stuff and strip it. So, be right back. I'm going to get myself ready. You do my hair, put on my makeup, stuff like that, shave. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by taking off all these little white pitons right here. I have no idea what they're for, but we're going to take them off. So now that we got all those out, we're going to take off all these little hooks here. Let me take the camera off. We're going to start taking off all these here. Isn't that nice? You can't even see that, can you? Nope. There you go. Vintage 1967. Those are pretty cool. I like those. But we'll get those all shiny up to get all the paint off it. So we're going to get these off. So let me get a screwdriver. Now, of course, this one is broken, so I'm just going to trash this one here, and we're going to get a different light for up here. I'm going to leave these up here for now, even though I will be rewiring everything, but we'll leave that there for now. That's not in our way. So, we get all the hooks off and everything like that. What we're going to do now, where are you guys at? Anyway, what we're going to do now is set up the camera. We're going to take off the windshield. So let's do that next. This windshield here, I don't know if it was back in 1967 when they put this one on as well. So 2019 to 2067, yeah, 2067. 1967, that would make it old, right? So, you know, it is a little, I might be able to buff it out or something. I don't know if I want to use this windshield. What I might want to do is if I can find them at a reasonable price, because believe it or not, this is going to be a budget build. So far the only cash that I have in this boat is to buy the stripper for this boat. and that's all that I have in it so far. So I might want to get like 2 small half moon type of windshields for over here, like on a bass boat. One for over here and one for over there. So I don't know if I want to keep this or not. Somebody did cut out, I don't know if you can see from there, but somebody did cut here. You can see a drill hole. They cut here because I'm assuming they had some rope up here. I'm assuming that's where they had the anchor, so they could just let it go down from up front instead of out back. And then of course over here on the side there is a crack in this plexiglass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the windshield and yeah, let's do that. So there should have been 7 screws in here. It was missing one in the middle, but just 7 screws, and it comes right off. So now I got to find a nice safe place to store this. I don't know if I want to take off these here. I may. Let me lay that down. I want to take all this stuff off here. If I do end up using this, I want all this stuff like buffed right out. Now, of course, we're going to strip the top of this, the white part, all the way around, and we're going to do that first before we put on the stuff to clear it, because it's got a lot of flakes in here, and just to reduce the flakage or whatever, to help the stuff work better, we're going to scrape it first. But this wouldn't be a redneck video if we didn't do something redneck to do that. So I have all this equipment here. Let me just, yeah, let's use some redneck magic and get it together. And just like that, we have the redneck scraper vac. What we have is we have the, I don't know how big it is, not that big, 1.5 gallon shop vac. We get an extra hose here. I have a piece of wood taped on here, so it's just easier to handle. And then I have taped on a, yeah, there we go, taped on a scraper. So as we're scraping, it'll vacuum it up. Less messy. So let's get you set up and try this thing out. So hopefully you guys can see a little bit better from up there. But yeah, let's give this a whirl. See how good it does. So here's a noise warning, so if you have headphones in or something. Here we go, let's give it a whirl. Actually, let's cue up some music and vacuum this up and do a little time lapse. Now that wasn't too bad, was it? So what's good about that is when I put that stuff on here to take the paint off, I won't have to put as much because there's not a lot of layers. As you can see, we're almost down to bare metal. You can see here, this part here, I used steel wool. Let me grab some steel wool real quick. I want to try something. So I just got some steel wool with, it's got no soap in it or anything like that. It's not Scotch Brite. It's just, I don't know what it is. Steel wool. Let's give this a whirl. Oh, that's going to take forever. I'm using Ready Strip Advanced. I don't know. That's what I got. I got it at the Walmart. So read the instructions or directions, or what do you want to call them. It says paint it on, and it's going to depend on how much paint you have. As you can see, there's not really much paint here. There's a little bit more paint here. There was behind the windshield, but it says put it on there, and then when it turns white or green, light green, that's when you can scrape it off. And it's going to put like an eggshell. So I imagine it's going to harden up, no, not harden up, but gel up pretty good. And then just scrape it off with the scraper. So we're going to cue up some more music, and I'm going to apply this to the spot that I've just done. And we'll give it a whirl. Before I do that, I'm going to take out that little light bulb there. Alright, so we just applied that. I applied heavier where the actual paint is, and less where just the flaky part is. This spot. So we're going to let that set up. I don't know if it takes an hour, or I have no idea. So we're going to let that set up, and we'll find something else to do. Alright, so while we are waiting for this to dry, well, not dry, but as you can see, it's bubbling up, so it's working pretty good. It's been on here maybe 20 minutes now. I tried scraping a little bit. I might need to apply some more. Yeah, it's turning gummy. So what we're going to do while this is curing, or whatever it's called, we're going to go in here and I'm going to take out all these leaves and all the dirt and clean all this crap out. I got Kobe with me today. He's going to be doing, he's going to be helping me doing this. So you guys don't want to watch that. I know you don't, because I wouldn't want to watch it. So we're just going to jump in here really quick, and we're going to clean this out. Then we'll be right back. So this stuff has been on for, I would say, about an hour now. It is working a little bit. I'm not as impressed as I was expecting it to be. But it is scraping up. It's not going all the way down. But it's taking a good layer off in it. And you can't see me. Kobe's still back here. He's still cleaning up the back end. We're ripping out some old wood back there. It's all rotted out. But we are going to I'm going to scrape this down really quick. Well, for you it'll be quick, but for me, no. We're going to do a quick time lapse, and we're going to cue some music. Let's get to it. So this is what I got out of that so far. My thoughts, I'm not really impressed at all. I'm going to grab the vacuum cleaner and vacuum wrap the rest of this stuff here, and then we'll chat about it real quick. So, be right back. So I'm not impressed at all. It worked a little bit on the light stuff, but there's still a bunch of it in there. I mean, that little bucket, I think it was like $10 at Walmart. But I would not buy it again. and I wouldn't recommend it. I'll let you take a look at this, and then, I mean, I still have some. I still have to do the sides though, and I will use it to get the top layer off. But other than that, let me show you. As you can see, there's still plenty of paint right there. I took this off pretty decently up here, but I don't know, even that didn't come off that well. It says metal, but this here, not impressed at all. But I'm going to do another layer on just this part here, and then I got to do the sides down here and on the other side, just on the tops. And I'm trying to do it so I don't have to, I don't want to grind this up, but I think I might have to anyways to paint it, because right now it's very slick and the paint won't adhere to it. So let's see what Cole's been doing. He's got a whole trash can full of wood and leaves and stuff like that. Doing a good job. So far we've taken out the back part here. There was a bunch of leaves underneath it as well. So he's taking care of all that. All this is coming out here. This is getting all replaced. This is all 2x8s. But yeah, those are all getting replaced. So these are all get taken out eventually. And then once that gets taken out, we'll get the power washer. Not today. But we'll get the power washer and we'll wash the whole inside. We'll take it right outside and power wash all the dirt out, get all the crap off the sides. I'm trying to get all this stuff off, the loose stuff off, before I power wash anything with it, because I just don't want paint chips all over the ground and have the dog chew it. So Cole, what do you think about this so far? Are you impressed at all with it?
Not really, because it didn't all come off like it was supposed to.
Well, it's been sitting on there for an hour too, and it really, you would think on this stuff here, as you can see, I scraped it with my finger, still not coming off. But, so yeah, we'll put another layer on this stuff here and wait another hour maybe, take it off there. And then we gotta do the sides too. But, alright, let's do a little bit more. And I think what we're going to do here in just a minute, when I put the stuff on there, I'm not doing these sides here right now. I might find something different for those to try something different. I was going to use it on the side, but as you can tell, I'm not going to do that. So I think the sides, I'm just going to wire brush the whole thing. I think it's going to get all painted anyway. So let me paint that on there. And then what I want to try to do is I want to jump into this Evinrude and do some testing on it and see what we can come out with it. Alright, so we'll be right back. We're going to turn this around so you can see. We're going to start on the Evinrude. It says a 20, but it's only an 18. So this must not be the original cover. I have no idea. But the serial numbers on the engine say it's a 1971 Evinrude 18 horse. So let's take the cover off and see what we got under here. The good thing is inside here, this here, something was chewing on that right there, but so that's just, I don't know what that was. The good thing about the inside of this, watching videos, I don't see any oil splattered in here, so I don't think we have any leaks in the engine or anything like that. So I know when I got this, this is how it came. So trying to start this thing is, I gotta find a couple bolts to put in there. But let's take I'll take a closer look at the camera. So it's a 2-cylinder. We have the fuel pump over here. I'm just looking for other things at the moment. We have the carburetor. We will take the carburetor off and we'll rebuild that. That may not be in this video, but we will take it off and run that through the sonic cleaner and clean everything up. Let's see what else here. The starter is not frozen. That's good. Get the choke. As you can see here, somebody had this apart. I don't know if that's the right bolt or not. As you can see, it flutters around. This here is the adjuster. It is, what is it? Can you read that? Anyways, that's what that is. It's an adjuster of sorts. I don't know what it's adjusting. Oh, right there, so you get the screw. So that must be, that's going to be like an idle adjuster. This in here, I've seen videos and everything like that, so I don't know quite what's in here yet. I'll have to look up some videos. We have the kill switch here, which we'll have to get a different kill switch for that. Maybe, is that the kill switch? I don't know. I don't know anything about these things, but we will be able to check it out. So to be able to turn this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the steering right now. And try to. Let me get that off and be right back. So yeah, it was a little tight, so I had to move it around to get it off. So once that pin comes out, it just slides right off of there. That's it. And just goes in the hole. But what I would like to do is check to see if it has compression. I don't know if I have any bolts like that. I might. Let me look at my stash and see if I can find a couple bolts to fit in here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I took this one off here. This is the 28 Hus, which I'm not worried about that one right now. This is the one that I'm trying to get see if it's working or anything like that. This is the one that they had the battery hooked up to, everything hooked up to, so I'm assuming this is the one that they were trying to get going in the first place. The downside of working on anything that somebody else had that really don't know what they're doing is you're missing things. So of course this had just a bolt back here. I did find a bolt for both sides to put in there. Then I noticed that this was loose and then it was missing the bolt there. So I found the bolt there. Everything's tight down and everything's on there. So I have this here. I've had this thing here for about 30 something years. Just storing nuts and bolts in here. And I actually found some bolts that were in there that would fit this perfectly. And these are Phillips. So I think the next thing we're going to do, I took the plugs. Oh, here's the plugs. I took the plugs. You can tell somebody's been working on this, right? Look, you take this plug out. There you can see. That has never been fired. There's nothing on that one. Let's take the other one out. I haven't checked the other one. Yeah, same thing. Let me smell. But it does not look like that's even been ran at all. So we have, let me grab a flashlight. And we're going to look inside these here. We can see that or not. Probably not. But looking in here, you can see, well, they're there. Hopefully I don't have to take them apart, and I don't want to. I don't want to take them apart. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a quick compression test on these to see what they're getting for compression. If we have compression, then that knocks that down, and then we just need to check to see if it has spark. Then if it has spark, then we will, I don't know if I dare to try to run anything through that carburetor, but we'll squirt something in there, see if we get a sputter or something. So let me get out the compression tester, and we'll go from there. So this is going to be the top cylinder. Let me see if I can. Yeah, we'll do that so you guys can see a little bit better. Well, how's that? So we're going to do the top one. I'm going to pull it slowly real quick just to see if we get caught up on anything. I can hear compression. Alright, so I'm going to pull it 3 times and we'll see what we got. It's sort of low for compression. Let me do it again. So it appears that we're getting about the same. Not even 60 psi on this one. Alright, so now we're in the bottom piston. We're going to clear that out and see what this one gets for psi. So that one's getting the same thing, about 58, 55, 58 psi. So I got everything hooked up. Might as well just check to see if we have any spark. So we're going to check this one here. And I do not see spark on that one. So,
I don't either.
most likely where it's been sitting for 4 or 5 years. This is going to be the end of this video, but the next video what we're going to do, we're going to take this off and take the flywheel off. Under the flywheel there's 2 sets of points, and those points are probably dirty. So we can clean those up and get some spark. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode here. I don't know how long this is going to be, but we got a good start on it. Just to recap, let's see what we got here. We got the engines. I think tomorrow I'm going to pull off, or the next episode, I'm going to pull that top off there and check the points. That one over there we'll check as well. We'll check the compression on that one. At least we know on this one here it does turn over. It has a 60 psi on both upper and lower pistons. We get the floor down here taken out, cleaned up a little bit. We still got to take off all this 2x8s over here, take out all the seats and stuff like that. And once we do all that, we'll take it outside and we'll power wash the whole inside and make it better. We still got to finish these sides here. We haven't done. I did start here. Let me see if I can get a nice angle for you. So I did start here a little bit with the wire wheel, and that's coming off pretty decently. So I know earlier in this video when I was trying to strip the front there, I said I didn't like that stuff. It works okay. I did have to do on the heaviest parts, the second section I didn't film it, but the second part where the windshield was on the inside, I redid it there and scraped it down. It came out alright, but I was expecting different. Maybe my expectations was a little out of it, but let me set up real quick and I'm going to show you what I've done so far on the front. So as you can see here, it was somewhat less light here, and to be honest, it's said to use it in 60 degrees or between 60 and 80 degrees. It was about 60 degrees outside today, so the aluminum would have been a little bit cooler, so that could have been an effect to it. I don't know. This here, what I wanted to do, because I'm going to leave this as it is. I'm not going to paint this at all. This is going to be painted royal blue with sparkles, metallic flakes in it. So here you can see we added it again, but there is still a lot of paint left on it. So let me, there's my scraper. So you can see, but this is still a little tacky here. Let's see if I can get any more off. Again, right now it is about 58 degrees out, but the aluminum is colder. I don't have a temperature thing to tell you the temperature of it, but I would have to say it's 40 degrees or so on here. But it is coming off still a little bit. I'm going to be calling it a night. I'll try it again tomorrow. But what I did do, and I'll show you here in just a sec. I get a copper wire brush. See if we can see that. And I did use it, and this is the outcome. This is the outcome that I wanted in the first place. See if we can. So that's this is just down to the bare metal. This is where I want to be at, and so I can spray. I'm gonna show you really quick. It's actually going pretty easy. I have my cordless drill here. The battery wears down rather quickly when I'm doing this, so when I work on this I'm going to be using my drill that just plugs in. So watch your ears. I just want to show you really quick. So as you can see right there, I need to give it a little bit more pressure. It comes right out. What's really good about this, you see these edges in this this trim piece. This trim piece is not getting painted. So it is easier if you use two hands. But yeah, that's going to come out really nice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to So yeah, I got to finish doing this all the way down here. Let me just try it without putting any of that stuff on and see how well this comes off. As you can see, it doesn't come off. So back to my original, where that stuff I didn't like, it actually does a good job. So yes, I would buy it again. Because it takes off the top layer and the bottom layer, whatever's left over, comes off pretty easy with the wire brush. So that's the end of this video today. My lighting sucks really bad. There you go. We'll go over here. So we got something accomplished today. Tomorrow we'll start doing something else, and you'll see that on the next video. But thanks for watching, and if you like this video, I really do appreciate you hitting that the subscribe button down below and hit the notification so you know when the next video is coming up. Smash that like button on this video as well, and let me know down below what if you use anything to strip paint. I would love to know something good and to do that with. And again, I'm going to be painting this. Most likely everything that I've seen is Krylon, so just spray paint basically. So let me know what you think about this project, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate your stopping by. Thank you.